I see we have even more people in the room now, so I'm so excited. If we haven't met before, my name is Brittany Parker. I'm the owner of A Green Legacy and now A Green Legacy House. And so A Green Legacy focuses on executive visibility, and we do that through one-on-one support and management. And then we also do that through small groups and executive workshops. And then we also have A Green Legacy House, and that is focused on supporting underrepresented cannabis entrepreneurs.
Case, can you see me?
Yeah.
Through here with you all. I'm seeing some new names in the group, so that's really exciting. Oh no, hold on. Are you all losing me?
A little bit.
Are you all? Can you all hear me? Oh my gosh, what is going on?
You were frozen.
Okay. What about now?
You're back.
Okay.
It's just gonna roll with it today.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. I will just
Okay. Wonderful. Well, I am very excited to see so many new faces in the room this month. So if you would like to come up to stage and tell us about your business, tell us about what you're up to, what you're doing this summer, come on up. All you got to do is share your video and share your sound, and you can come on up.
Button in the top right corner, share audio and video. We'll bring you guys up with us. We'd love to chat with you.
Yeah. Hey, did you get to hear the travel? What is it called? Travel. What's the business called?
Front Row Travels.
Yes, Front Row Travels. How was that? I didn't get to join in time. It was.
I actually didn't either because my internet's going crazy.
Okay, we're all having the issues. Kiko.
Hi, everyone. How are you?
Really
I'm
wonderful.
I'm at My Green Network. Have you ever heard of it?
No, what is that?
No.
I just want to show you. See this full, I don't know if you can see this, a full-on kitchen here and this whole work space area. This is oh gosh, I'm sorry. This is a License S facility, so it's multi-use. There's about 4 or 5 different companies working here right now in all the different rooms they have. And I just did a cooking show with the Cannabis chef in the kitchen here. But they just made fresh rosin that I put inside. I don't know if you can see this. This is a chocolate peanut butter bread pudding.
Wow.
So anyway,
thanks for making us hungry. Thank you.
How are you guys? Yes, I did hear part of Front Row Travel's itinerary for next year. I guess they're doing a weed and wine. They're going to South Africa. It looked really wonderful.
Ooh, okay, so I need to reach out to them and be like, listen, I'm trying to get in on these trips. Right. Kiko,
why didn't you come to Coral Cove?
Oh, well, I definitely need to do that. And I have plans to be in Jamaica next year. So I fully will be there. Is that where you're located?
Okay. Well, I'm not located there right now, but that's where Coral Cove is located. It's in Jamaica, in Westmoreland, in a little tiny fishing village called Little Bay. And we're right on the ocean front. We've got a lot of farm-to-table food that we serve from our own garden. And we do a walking tour of the town, the little village there. And that's where Bob Marley's former home is, and his mineral pool and the bat caves. And so, yeah, it's going to be, we just finished our pool. So I was just there. So I'm still reaping the benefits of the energy there. So what's everyone else doing?
That is wonderful, Kiko. If you haven't heard of Coral Bay, it is located in Jamaica. Make sure you connect with Kiko so that you can get your reservations set up for the rest of this year and for the new year coming up. I've heard nothing but wonderful things about it. So I am so glad to have you here. Joyce?
Oh,
sorry, go ahead.
yeah.
Joyce, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm in Massachusetts. So I think I'm echoing.
You sound good on our side.
All right. I don't know. It sounds weird here.
I think we are all, y'all, it is a struggle bus today in the business room because we have all had technical difficulties. Like the first 4 of us who came in were all having technical difficulties. So please bear with us. We are struggling today.
Is Mercury still in
Kiko, I think you're
retrograde?
muted.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Let's see.
It's Mercury in retrograde.
It might be because this is a lot. Takesha, how are you? What are you up to?
I'm good. It was in retrograde, and now it's in the shadow. So it could be, Gemini, so communication issues. But I'm right now putting together some Canna Wedding Expo favors for the Cannabis wedding.
There's Melissa.
Yes.
Hey,
Takesha, are
Melissa.
you? Oh, sorry. I'm gonna mute you for a second, Kiko. Here.
Yeah.
Takesha, are you the founder of the Cannabis Wedding Expo?
No, I'm not. I wish. But no, Afro-Canna Holistic, Black Women Who Blaze, and the Cannabis Policy Research Group is
Okay.
Yeah, so, but, I do all things crafty, and cannabis hospitality is one of my areas I'm moving into with the Ganjier.
Okay.
So, I'm going to have a booth at the Cannabis Wedding Expo thanks to Tokeativity, and so I'm getting my stuff together.
Very nice. So what sort of things are you offering at the Canna Wedding Expo?
Okay, so I'm gonna have the list of my services, which if you want like a canna bar set up, of course I can do that. If you want something for more smaller group, your bridal party or bachelorette party, I'm offering those services as well. But then I can also do wedding party, gifts like canna gifts and favors. If you can see, this will be my little for the wedding, and I'll put
nice
treats in there and stuff like that. So,
that is awesome. Where are you located?
I'm in Connecticut.
Okay. So in Connecticut, can people leverage your services across the U.S.? Do you travel or?
Right. Well, I mean, depending. I mean, if for the right money, yeah, you can have all things.
I know that's right.
But for the tri-state, yeah, Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, and even Massachusetts, because I'm just right here.
Awesome. I'm so glad to hear it. Now it's She Blaze, and
Black
then
women because She Blaze is Deshita Dawson. So let's be. I love her too. I love her podcast.
So okay, tell me, because you have 3 different businesses. So
Right.
Tell us all of their names again.
So Afro-Canna Holistic is where, it's like the umbrella for my cannabis coaching practices. And,
Awesome.
So that's where I help people who are dealing with body breakdown, with cannabis consumption and intentional use for their condition, with food, nutrition, herbs, and of course, cannabis. And then Black Women Who Blaze is a platform that I created to provide visibility for Black women in the cannabis community and industry. So that's that journey. And then the Cannabis Policy Research is of cannabis
I absolutely love that. Thank you, Wendy, for putting it in our chat. I was trying to type it out as you were writing, but for whatever reason, again, this is technical difficulties. It's like coming through so slow. So thank you, Wendy. Now, I hate to say it, but I do have to jump, and I'm going to pass it over to Wendy, so you all can tell us more, the room more about your business, about what you do. Takesha, it was so great to see you. I'm pretty sure I've seen you, like we've talked before.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to revisit, and it's also nice to hear about all of the things that you're doing. Good luck at the wedding expo. Kiko, it was wonderful to hear from you. I can't wait to get to Jamaica. You don't have to invite me, but one time, baby, and I am there. So I am ready. Wendy, thank you so much for taking over. And Melissa, I'm sad that we're not going to get to talk, but when I'm in Jamaica, I'm coming to see you too. So I will talk to you ladies later.
Bye, Brittany. Thank you so much. So great to see you. Good luck at your next event.
Thank you. I'll see y'all soon.
Bye. So Brittany is a real rock star. She has 2 events booked for today. So she's going to take off to go speak somewhere else. Melissa, you can come on back and share about what you've got going on. I feel like this would be a really great three-way conversation between you and Kiko and myself. For those of you who don't know or who do know Melissa, she runs Buds and Brushes Jamaica, which is cannabis-infused paint parties, things like that. And she's just incredible, and neighbors to Coral Cove. So that would be really fun. Hey, Joan. Hey, Kiko, let me unmute you. Hey. There we go.
I want to continue sharing about My Green Network. This whole workspace here, it's amazing. Do you know what a Type S license is in California? It's multi-use. Okay. And what they do is that they work on helping minorities have an easier step into the industry. It's amazing here because they've set it up with so many wonderful equity brands. I mean, there are some couple who are doing their gummies over there, and then they have this amazing workspace for everyone to come use too. So look it up, My Green Network, and again, this is for new businesses wanting to get into the industry that maybe need a little bit of help. And it's just amazing what they're doing here with these new companies. So I'm very, very honored and happy to be here to support them. So, yeah.
Yeah, that is really cool. A lot of time, well, in Oregon, it's challenging for cannabis companies to have like a co-working space or a shared kitchen or a shared address for multiple licenses doing different things. And so that's really great. California is offering that because a lot of folks like finding the property and the space is a big part of the struggle.
Yes.
Hey, Annika. Feel free to jump on using the blue share audio and video button in your top right there, and you can tell us about what you're up to in New York. But Kiko, while it's just the 2 of us, I've been meaning to tell you this. One of our Tokeativity members heard about Coral Cove at one of our digital events, and her husband went on vacation there because circumstance just worked out that they had some extra money. They were going to take a vacation, and she decided to go to Coral Cove because she heard about it at Tokeativity and had the best time. Was telling me all about smoothies.
What's your name?
Her name is Fallon Keplinger.
Fallon. Okay, I'm going to look up and see if Maxine, who's our general manager, can tell. So she had a good time, Wendy?
She had the best time. She said that it was so great because her husband isn't super into cannabis, but she is. And so he was out doing like the scuba diving and the water activities and enjoying that. And she's like, and I just got to sit there on the beach and they would bring me fruit smoothies and pre-rolls all day long. And she loved it.
Oh, that sounds like a dream come true for me. That's what the fruit smoothies there are great. And then our garden there, we are able to provide so much food for our guests from our garden now. So that's really such farm to table. And it's Wendy, when are you going to come to Coral Cove?
I know all of us Tokeativity ladies are talking about an HQ retreat.
Yeah.
We have to. Gosh, Kit, if I go on vacation there, do I get to like help them in the garden? Can I work in the garden?
Of course you can.
Be amazing.
Of course you can. And yeah, so it's I just got back from there and I'm due to go back at the end of July. There's supposed to be the Caribbean Cannabis Conference. And so I may go back for that. And of course in September is Cannex and I'll be having to go there. But you know what? I just found out I have dates to do a cooking demonstration at the Orange County Fair. So I've been cooking with hemp for the past 8 years. I really want to try and cook with cannabis at this time. And did you know that the state of California, their state fair has accepted cannabis as an agricultural crop? So they're doing for the first time at a state fair in the United States, a cannabis awards.
I heard that.
And they had, so I'm one of the ambassadors. I don't know why, but I am.
I mean, I know.
I'm very honored. I'm very honored, Wendy. I mean, it's a dream come true that we can celebrate the cultivation of cannabis at a state fair. So I'm ready for it. Yes.
Oh, yes. I'll have to introduce you. I have a decent little network in Northern California. There are a lot of legacy growers that are doing a lot to establish appellations in cannabis and things like that. And so I feel like the work that you're doing with through the state fair is like a huge step in that direction to having cannabis A, recognized in that way, and B, you know, the growers that do so in a way that really honors the land and where it's from and the area that it's grown in.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean, I'm very connected to Northern California and Southern Oregon too.
Yes,
definitely. Williams, Rogue River. That's where we had our farm.
Yeah, I know.
But, yeah,
I'm in Grants Pass right now.
Oh, that's right. My son wanted to have a dispensary in Grants Pass, but he felt it was oversaturated.
It is a little bit. We could stand some good ones here in Grants Pass.
But he's fully invested in Oklahoma, so yeah.
Oh, very nice. I hear good things about what's going on in Oklahoma. Our friend Jana Stallings, she usually comes to these events, but she's doing big things in the Oklahoma industry right now.
Yeah, we have 10 medical dispensary in Oklahoma City, and we found the perfect name for dispensaries in Oklahoma. It's called American Cannabis.
I love that.
Yeah. So we're very blessed. My son is he's driven, probably more driven than I ever was. So,
wow.
But he's happy. He loves being able to help patients.
That is such a beautiful piece of it. You know, I started my journey in the cannabis industry kind of through the medical market. You know, growing up in Southern Oregon, it's been a part of my life in a big way for a long time. But as far as the legal industry goes, I started in the medical dispensaries and working in that capacity. And that was one of my favorite things, was getting to talk to patients and learn about, you know, why they came to cannabis and how it's working with them and what works with them. And it was such a fun conversation to have and to be able to help people, you know.
Yeah, I completely understand that, because when we had our delivery service, that's what it was for me, meeting the patients, helping the patients. And just, and then my background in Ayurvedic Chinese holistic medicine really helped too. So it's been a journey, a very meaningful journey, because I know, as being coming from the medical part, this is a medicine that helps so many people. So it's an honor to be here with that presence around us. So yeah.
Indeed. Well, gosh, Keiko, I'm so glad you're here today. What a sweet surprise.
I know, me too. I was late coming in, but I have been able to saw a little bit of the main stage. And is the networking already over with?
The speed networking?
Yes.
Yeah, we do that the first 15 minutes of the event, from 3 to 3:15. But I mean, gosh, there's plenty of networking inside the event too.
Right, there is.
And speaking of, I know that there are 5 other people hanging out here with us. If any of you would like to jump on and share about who you are and what you're doing in the world, we would love to chat with you. You can do that using the blue share audio. Right.
Don't be shy. It just can't be Wendy and I want to hear from other people and where they're at in the industry, or if they need help to get into the industry. Right, Wendy?
Absolutely.
It just can't be us.
I know. We're lucky enough. We know each other pretty well at this point, and so we want to get to know you all.
Yeah, right. Well, when you first start out, you don't really know what you're doing in this industry. But I know for myself, being able to pivot, being able to try different things, and the people you meet along the way, I think are all part of that journey. And we've all been here to help each other. And that's a wonderful thing, I would say, for women in the industry. There are so many of us that are willing to help each other and bring us all along to be part of the community as well. So who's this with us?
This is Vonda Page.
Vonda.
Our first keynote speaker today.
Hi, Vonda. How are you? Yeah.
I'm doing great. It's nice to meet you. This is my first time actually coming in a room like this. Usually I just listen because it's usually plenty of people. But as soon as you said, in terms of wanting people to connect to the industry. So what I do is I am a leadership advisor and guide. And so as I am really just, I like to say hardcore getting out here and really, helping people learn about me, learning about my business, and learning about what I do. One of the things that I want to really make sure that the community sees me as a resource when it comes to leadership skills, leadership development, motivation or inspirational talk, equity, advocacy, mentoring. So for example, right, I normally work a lot with corporations and big companies and things like that, right, to help them, enhance their individual leadership skills, but in group settings. So my new thing that I'm actually kicking off, it should be July 13th, but it may be July 20th, which is going to be my Leaders Learn Change live virtual masterclass. And then I'm going to do it really live, like in person in September. But the idea is that on August 1st, I will kick off my first results and ROI mentorship program. And so what I'm looking to do is build up this coalition of leaders who really want to learn how to lead change and really build and refine the skills that they already have to really help push forward whatever meaningful and measurable goals and things that they want to focus on. So that's my focus. So, I consider myself, we were talking about this at the social the live social, the in-person social, like I you know, about am I in the industry? And I am, even though I'm not necessarily, I don't sell product in the industry. I kind of look at myself as, like I say, I'm a leadership advisor and guide, right? So for example, I think one way that I could definitely be of service to the community is, you know, in even bridging some of those conversations, right, between the traditional market, right, and the new, you know, folks coming in, because there has to be some tension there, right, in terms of, you know, the conversations around equity. And so I'm wondering, you know, like what types of opportunities are available to bring people together to talk about not just, you know, historical, you know, to today, but like, okay, what is the plan and how are we going to work together to really drive the change that we all want to see, right? And that I think does require education, right? For some people, especially who think, yeah, I'm an advocate, I'm an ally, but what does that really mean, right? Like how do you really show up for different communities, right? Whether you're talking about the queer community, the BIPOC community, you know, the previously incarcerated community, you know, the Native American community, you know, it doesn't matter. It's still a matter of learning how to come together and doing things differently. Because the way I look at it is, if everybody had been doing such a great job, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now, right? Like all the higher ups and the people that kind of make all the big cogs in the wheel go around, you know, like I kind of said earlier, right? Is like we need a different type of leadership. And so, you know, that's what I bring to the world.
Yes, a different type of leadership. I love that so much. And you know, I'm just so grateful that you are committed to doing this work in the world, because we need it, you know, that kind of thought pattern shaping, you know, our next wave of leadership.
Yeah, we need to continue the equity support for that market space. And that's so wonderful that you're there to support those who want to be leaders and moving that forward. So thank you so much, Wanda.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Yeah, Kiko, I think maybe you had come in after this, but Wanda gave our keynote speech today over on the main stage, a really beautiful presentation about the 7 C's of change that was just, you know, really motivating and powerful. And I can't express enough to any of you watching, especially as a Cannapreneur, if this is a path that you want to take, thinking about, you know, working through some of these leadership courses. I know, Wanda, you're based out of Oregon. Is that where you're going to be hosting your in-person training?
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing the in-person. So to give a little bit more background about them. So basically what it's going to be is a 3-day masterclass. So the virtual ones are going to be about 90 minutes or so, right? And then of course I'll have time for Q&A and stuff after. But in person, it's going to be like a full day, like 5 hours. That's going to include lunch. That is really targeted to decision makers who are really serious about getting meaningful and measurable results, right, from the work. Because a lot of times, especially people who've been bosses for a long time and people who've been in leadership positions for a while, they forget that they are very far removed from the day-to-day. And one of the examples that comes to my mind constantly that I cannot get out of my head is, remember a couple of months ago, Kim Kardashian said, nobody wants to fucking work these days. Does everybody remember that? And it was like a big thing. And it was like, are you kidding me? How dense can you be about the scope of work, right? In America, at least. I can't speak for the whole world, but I can speak for America. Like, how dense can you be? It's not about that people don't want to work. First of all, people don't want to work for shitty companies. They don't want to work for shitty bosses, and they don't want to do shitty work, right? They don't want to do work that is not doing some good or work that's not contributing to something. As the leader of that organization, of that team, of that group, of that school, of that company, of your family, of your team, you get to set the tone for how things could be. But if you haven't gotten any training in 15 or 20 years because you're sitting on a high horse with your billions of dollars thinking that, oh, well, you're not making as much as you wanted fast enough, so people are lazy. Like, are you kidding me? When we have more poverty now, more people have gotten poor since COVID, and 253 more people became billionaires in America. Are you kidding me? And gas is $6. I'm riding in a Subaru like many of my fellow Oregonians, right? I go to get gas yesterday or the day before, and I said to myself, I think I'm only gonna leave the house 2 days a week because gas was like $70 for 12 gallons. So my VA works in the Philippines. So I said, I need to tell you something. She said, what? I said, would you believe how much gas is here in America, right? So I had to do the math in my head. I said, okay, liter, quart, with gallons, blah, blah, blah. And I figured it out. And she was like, oh my God. Right. For what reason? There's no shortage. It's all manufactured nonsense so billionaires can keep on getting rich. But I say that and use the Kim Kardashian thing to say that it's about leadership skills. And it's about, as a leader, right? What are you trying to do and what's important to you? If you're just trying to make as much money as possible, I don't give a shit. Then go ahead. I don't even want to deal with any people like that. Because if all you want to be is Elon Musk, like really, right? Who cares about him? But if you say you have goals, right? Whether you have a small company, a medium-sized company, or if you work at some big company, it doesn't matter. And those goals are meaningful and measurable, then you need to learn the skills and the strategies, right? And get the tools and the techniques to have the time to learn, right? To build new behaviors, to hone new habits, and then, to master, moving your mindset so that you can actually make things be different. So that's what I do.
I love that, Vonda. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And welcome, Amanda.
Thank you.
For joining us.
Hi, thank you for having me. I had to work up the courage. Had to be like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna join.
I love it. We're just some friends out.
So a little bit
Where are
about
you
myself.
at, Amanda?
So I'm in Tehachapi, California, which real small mountain town. It's Kern County, Bakersfield area. Most people know Bakersfield for not the best reasons. It is a red dot in California's map, but there's a lot of change to be had here, and there's a lot of really important things happening here for sure within Central California. We are often forgotten for sure. I've been in the backside of the industry for about 2 years now. I work in the manufacturing part of a dispensary here locally. I like to describe it as that gray market part of California where Kern County is not very happy with the legalization, movement and what has happened in California. So when they got the opportunity to, things were outlawed and only restricted to different places. So we have some really, really weird regulations and really weird gray market area that we're in. But I do love what I do. I'm essentially on the side where I get to package concentrates. I get to, make edibles occasionally. I get to make tinctures, which is really, really fun for myself because in my free time, I'm a practicing herbalist. Buy all the way too many herbs on my shelf. But in my professional life, I am a statistics major, continuing my bachelor's at UCLA in the fall. So I am trying to figure out what that means. UCLA has a phenomenal cannabis research program. And I would love to be, in data and in research in cannabis, whatever that means. But it is an insane market to break into.
Well, Amanda, I do know Tokeativity really well. I had a delivery service in Antelope Valley, and we would have people call from Tokeativity to have us deliver to them. So I know that area very well. And I went to UCLA a long time ago. So it sounds wonderful what you're doing. And I know that the people there in Kern County probably really appreciate being able to have access to medicine. So thank you so much for what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we lost her there. Yet another person with connectivity issues.
That Mercury retrograde.
Absolutely. Lisa just reminded us in the chat. Yeah, we're going live back on the main stage at 4:50 to do our giveaways and wrap up the event. And also not to forget everybody to stop by the photo booth and take a photo. If you haven't done that already, it's definitely worthwhile. Hashtag Tokeativity Social and you might get featured. There you are, Amanda. Welcome back.
Thank you. I was listening the whole time, and then
Amanda.
I just came back in. But yeah, so this is my first event that I'm actually attending, and it's just so nice when, you know, I feel like I play such a minor
Should we be moving over to the main stage, Wendy?
We will in just a moment. Yeah, 4:50. So I think we've got a couple minutes.
But you know, it's so nice to listen and to hear what others have to say and the knowledge that can be passed down. You know, I'm only 25, and so I know that there is so much to learn and to do, but to also hear.
Yeah, well, knowledge is power for sure, and we're so glad you're here, Amanda. Thank you so much for joining us, for your support of Tokeativity. This is certainly an amazing community to learn within and with, so we're so glad to have you.
Absolutely. And just so you know, I've already followed you all. I wanted to make sure to really stay connected. So I, again, just can't thank you enough for having me. And, you know, again, like I said, for the red spot that we are for Kern County, I'm so excited for the change happening. And it's exactly through things like this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you all. I feel like every single one of you is a super inspiring change maker. We all are, and that's why we do this work, and that's why we're here to shift the perception, further the education, and, you know, normalize plant medicine and cannabis. So with that, I think we should sign off from our Cannapreneur Lounge. Meet us back at the main stage. We're going to give away some gift cards to $300 travel voucher from Heartwood Travels, and I will see you all over there. Don't forget to take photos.
Sounds good.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.